Hello everyone, welcome to English with Shalini. In this video, we are going to discuss chapter 1, The Fun They Had. And this story has been written by Isaac Asimov. And who was he? Isaac Asimov was an American writer and professor of biochemistry at Boston University, USA. So during his lifetime, Asimov was considered one of the big three science fiction writers. And this story is also related to science, related to future. So the fun they had, it is a story, short story about how computers will play a significant role, an important role in the future. So traditional schools would be replaced by virtual classrooms in future, and a mechanical teacher, a robotic teacher would teach a student instead of a human class teacher. So that writer is imagining so, and will the student in the future enjoy virtual classes or not? We will find out. So the story is set in future when books and schools are conducted digitally through virtual classrooms. So these classrooms are taken by mechanical teacher, taught by mechanical teacher, robotic teacher, instead of a human class teacher. So the story start with two children, and their names are Margie and Tommy. So they live in a world, they live in a future world where computers dominates each and every spheres of life, and children attend virtual classes. So with the onset of the virtual schools, beginning of the schools, the concept of books and classrooms has transformed considerably from the olden days, and this story is set in that future. So on 17th May 2157, Margie wrote in her diary about how Tommy found a real book. So this story is set in future. It is almost 160 years or 170 years after the time which we are living. So Margie is writing a diary, and she is mentioning the date that 17 May 2057, and she is telling that Tommy, his her friend, has got a real book. It was an old book that consisted of stories, and that book belonged to grandfather of Tommy. Now Margie grandfathers once told her. Now Margie is thinking that my grandfather has once told me that. His grandfather informed him that all the stories used to be printed on the paper in those days, and both Margie and Tommy were friends, and they started turning the yellow and the crumpled pages of the book to discover more about those days, and they found it hilarious, they found it funny to read the book, a real book, as they were used to reading e-books and reading from screen. So as the words stood fixed in one place instead of moving, contrary to what they had seen on computer screen. So from this, it is clear that in the future there will be a telebooks, e-books only. Now still we have books and e-books, both we are reading. So in future, writer is imagining that there will be only e-books and not real book, and that will be thing of past. So only that no hard copies of books will be available to read there in future. So Tommy exclaimed that it is a utter waste to read a book, throw it away once completed. So now Tommy is thinking that they're reading it and then throwing it away, so it's use it is waste of money. Now he feels that their television, their computer screen, has a millions books on it, stored in the form of software, in the form of and data, and could store plenty of without throwing it away. It's not throwing anything away, and soon they start reading about a school during ancient times when human beings were teachers. So although Margie hated the concept of a school, and she is having different kind of a school. Her school is future school, and she was surprised to know actual people taught at school. This is because she has only seen robots sitting at her school. Now, moreover, she was not so fond of school, her school, and that was next to her bedroom. as she did not have any classmates, and the mechanical teacher, the robotic teacher, always gave her loads of homework to do, and she was not able to understand the lessons properly. So now at that time she was also not doing well, especially in geography. So both Margie and Tommy study in virtual classrooms that includes electronic gadgets, robots, etc., and their daily lesson appear on computer screen. So it teaches them different subjects like math, science, etc. Once Margie's mother, Mrs. Jones, called the county inspector, some engineer is there, to fix the mechanical device on which Margie attend her virtual classes. There is some fault with her robotic teacher, so her mother called engineer to fix that. So he put fix the big is black screen together again, that county teacher. And however the uh, little girl, that Margie, was disappointed about the device getting fixed so soon. So she knew she could again need to feed homework, and she had to study and taste papers into through a punch code. So further, she didn't like that boring classroom. That virtual classroom is boring to her. So further, as both the children continue reading the book, Margie's mother calls her to attend her classes in her virtual classroom. So while Margie attend her school, the mechanical teacher teaches about fractions, but Margie minds start wondering. She's thinking about the fun her grandparents would have had while visiting a real school in olden times. So those days, a school used to be a special building, and all the kinds of same age studied together. So she imagines how the kids from different areas in the neighborhood would come together and attend that school merrily. Very, they were happy. They must have been very happy. And Margie gets fascinated by the fun the children had centuries ago when they went to real school. So she was thinking about the fun they had. Now conclusion. So in the chapter, the fun they had illustrate how emerging technology, how the new technology is slowly taking precedence, importance over various things around us, and it is dominating our life. So in the future, in the near future, it wouldn't be surprising to see if human teachers are replaced by mechanical devices or robots. So now we will attend some questions. What is a robot? A robot is a automatically operated machines that replaces human effort. It may not resemble human beings in appearance or perform functions in a human-like manner. So now question 2. What are the disadvantages of emerging technology? So disadvantage of emerging technology is increased dependency on technology, social isolation, job loss, procrastinations, that putting things to the future, and memory loss. What are the mechanical devices? A mechanical device has parts that move when it is working, often using power from an engine or from electricity. So that was the lesson. Fun they had. Thank you so much for watching.